everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to another Cars Diecast review. Today we have something special for a special birthday. The Radiator Springs beginning gift pack that includes exclusive cars from the short time travel Mattel. We'll get into all the details in a couple moments here, but first, happy birthday, Elijah. So, ShareBear0607 requested me to review this set for her son, Elijah. It's his birthday today, so happy birthday to you, Elijah. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I hope this video makes your day even better. If anyone else would like to make a request of their own or just a normal suggestion not on your birthday, you can definitely do so, but watch the video in the description below. It's called How to Suggest and Make Birthday Requests. It's only like 11 minutes long, and after you watch it, you'll be a pro at making requests. And so yeah, I do really appreciate if you watch that because it makes it easier on my part so we can have a smooth transaction when you make your request. I'm like, yeah, that sounds good. And then, we don't have to go through all the rigmarole of being like, no, that's invalid. You guys know what I'm talking about. So yeah, please watch that video. And now, let's dive right into the review of this awesome set. So, we have Lightning McQueen, Mattel, and Stanley, who is only available in this set along with the other sets. So, let me just give some background on these two sets here. There are two of them for Time Travel Mattel. And they were released, as you can see there in the little circle, for Cars Land's first anniversary. You can see that nice little gold coin almost, and then the nice time travel Mattel with the wood there and the white trim, the logo for it. So Time Travel Mattel was the last Mattel centered short. They had Tokyo Mattel, Air Mattel, El Matador, Rescue Squad Mattel, etc., etc. And this one was the last one. Kind of sad, but I do think it was like the best, maybe the second best. I'm not entirely sure. It's either that or Tokyo Mattel for me personally, but yeah, I love this one because it gave some great insight as to how Radiator Springs began. With Stanley, of course, like Stanley actually spoke because it was going back in time. He was time traveling back to when Stanley founded the town. So I'll throw some pictures on the screen right now where you see Mattel with the clock on his hood there that when he sneezed, it would travel him in time. McQueen there, just normal McQueen, but in the sepia paint. And that, of course, is because it was back in time, so all the film was in the sepia coloring, so they wanted to make it accurate to that. Stanley is in his normal form as well, but in the sepia coloring. But of course, when they time travel a little bit further on in history, when everything was in color, you had the wedding day Stanley and Lizzie here. So I'll throw another picture on the screen right there. If you'd like to see my review of these two, the link will be down in the description below. So yeah, they released both of these sets around the same time. I think it was like 2013, only at Cars Land. Obviously, it was only at Cars Land in California, Disneyland, that magical place. And they were pretty readily available there, but they sold fast, and it was kind of hard to get them online. I had a contact within Disneyland that helped me get them, so that was pretty fantastic. And also, I got some from a friend on Facebook a while ago, so this is my set in the package here, and then I have some loose as well. So thanks to that person very much. I don't think I have anything else to say, but they are very rare. Each set definitely goes for around $100 each nowadays. A little bit less, but yeah, they're definitely rare. I do think it's worth it though because these cars will most likely never be re-released. Alright, now let's take a look here at the package. So a wood theme here. You can see the wood backing there for the Radiator Springs Beginnings gift pack text there. It's a little slanted. Choking hazard, of course, because of that accessory in there. Over here you have Stanley's radiator caps, kind of like price guide here, his menu essentially, and it's very well detailed just from the short. So you can see like up here was that the Twister is one of them, the Roadstar, the Highway Shark, that one sounds cool, the Winning Sand, the Fancy Fan, the Tiara, the Silver Eagle, the Hobnob, the gear head, the Stanley saucer, the wing ding, the Valentine, the Cadillac, something like that. Those are too blurry. I can't read those. Yeah, those are a little bit blurry. Stanley's complete index to find what you want. So yeah, very cool, very retro. I love the look of this. It's very well detailed and very cool. And that was basically on the accessory there in the movie when he like flipped it out. It was really a cool contraption. And he has more of the little like clip arts on the side here. Very nice. The Toodle. It cuts it off there, but that one sounds pretty funny. Some wood style here up top. On this side, you have some more of the little clip arts. There's the gear head, the wing ding. I think he might have mentioned the wing ding in the shorts. The golden Gatsby. It's pretty cool. Based on the, like, golden or the, the Great Gatsby? Yeah. The Toodle-Loo, that's what it says. And there's the highway shark. It kind of looks like a cowboy hat almost. And back here, you have a couple of pictures straight out of the short. So I probably even put these on the screen, maybe. So there he has his little contraption. He's giving one to McQueen because McQueen was in need of one. Then you have him popping out the menu that was on the front there, out of his side. Logo. The description reads, Mater travels back to a time before Radiator Springs was on the map. He meets Stanley, who's passing on his way to California to sell radiator caps. Mater soon realizes that if Stanley, the town founder, doesn't stay there, there will be no Radiator Springs in the future. So yep, that's the concept of the short. Here's the base. You have the legal jargon there. 3 accessories, 1 vehicle. Other way around, actually, my bad. Oh man, yep, that was the price at Disneyland. $45 for 3 vehicles and 1 accessory. So even though I said it was worth it, I mean, that is pretty overpriced. You know, typically that'd be like 15 bucks because you have 3 cars. One does have the opening hood, McQueen does. But really, there's nothing much more than that that makes them more special than, for example, let's say Jackson Storm or something like that. The accessory would bring it up to 15 bucks. I mean, that's even an expensive accessory because you have $4 per car, so that's 12 bucks, and then a $3 accessory, and yet they are charging 30 bucks more than that. So that's pretty insane. The wedding day pack here was 35, only 35. So what is that, like $17.50 per car? Kind of absolutely ridiculous. That's, you know, the more I think about that, dang, that's super expensive. That is, you know, I know that the parks mark it up because it's the parks and, you know, demand is high and they have control of supply and whatnot. But, like, seriously, that is an extreme markup. Wow. So, whatever, you know what, I got them for those prices, yes. But, you know what, it's over and done with now. I think they're pretty cool. And it's now time to get on to the review of them. By the way, if there are some pauses that I take for like no reason, it's because I'm silently coughing. It's some of those silent coughs, you guys know, trying to work on them so you don't hear me like cough a hairball up in the middle of the video. But anyway, come over here, guys. We're gonna start with McQueen because I think he is the least different out of all of them. Obviously, Stanley's completely unique, so, you know, difference isn't even the question. But here's McQueen. We will obviously compare him to the normal World Grand Prix cars to Lightning McQueen because this took place in that time. So you can see right there on the hood the Hudson Horn Piston Cup logo. So pretty much all the decals are the same, but they're in this bronze sepia color here, so everything is very like drowned out, tan coloring. And, you know, it looks kind of cool. It looks very interesting. Something you just don't see that very often. So, very nicely done here. You can see World Grand Prix 95, powered by Allno, and the American flag there. Of course, the flames, 95. Some more of the decals there. The World Grand Prix emblem with the 95. Even the rims are color that way as well, so instead of being gray with the red trim, they are bronze, kind of like a gold actually. And the thing that makes this one really cool is the opening hood there, so you can open that up, look inside the hood there, And let's take a little peek-see in there. You can see like the black circle in there with some pipes going around it. And it does open and close very easily, easier than the Precision Series McQueen as well. I will probably compare them just a little bit later on in the video. And so yeah, this is a nice feature, although is it worth like so much of the extra price? You know, like I said, it is like kind of worth it just because of the like, I don't know, specialness of it, but yeah, quite a bit of a markup. And the expression is different. You can see it's a little bit more of a just calm smile there, whereas this is a confident smile, if you ask me. Actually, it looks like, yeah, so basically they just made the eyelids come down a little bit more before they were up. And it looks like the mouths are slightly different as well. And that's pretty much it. There's nothing more to say because it really is all the same, just a different color expression and the hood feature. And here's the base if you're interested. It's a nice tan base. I do have a prototype of this McQueen. I got it this year, several months ago, for under 10 bucks, I think. It was from a Chinese seller. Here she is. And man, it is awesome. Like, so you have no eyes there, no decal on the roof, hood, or spoiler. And for some reason, you have like the Cars 1 decals here instead of the Cars 2 decals. So it's a very strange prototype. The rims are the exact same. But then you have like the Cars 1 like paint job here with the contingency sponsors, the 95 and the Bolt. It's not the World Grand Prix with the flames. And it's colored, it's not sepia, so it's a very strange, unique prototype. I find it very, very awesome. It's one of my favorites in my prototype collection. So you can see that. Quite interesting for sure. Yeah, see BCY39 there. That has the same bottom code that they use there, but there's no date stamp, which is that white code right there because it's a prototype. Alright, let's move on now to Mater, oh my gosh, I literally just dropped this guy before I reviewed him and shipped him right there on the missing headlights. So super disappointed, but I'm a clumsy guy. I drop things a lot, but whatever. It's not too noticeable. I'm not going to worry about it. So let's do a little comparison here between the regular Mater and the time travel Mater. So the sepia color tone doesn't affect him too much because he's already like a brown tan color. It's just a little bit more drowned out. Now the doors are obviously different. And also, I love his new expression. It's very focused on his hood, his nose essentially, because he's trying to get himself to sneeze because that would cause him to time travel. And the clock, oh man, the clock is very detailed. So what time would that be, guys? That's 5:10 right there. Shorter hand by the 5, and then the longer one by the minute mark being 10 there. So it looks like it's 5:10 wherever Mater's at. And it's just a very nicely detailed clock. You can see all the numbers clearly. And it's like an extra piece added onto the hood here. Whereas before, it's like, I don't know, it's like the same height pretty much, but it goes in. It's indented there. Whereas before, it's not. The expression in the mouth is different as well. You can see the 2 buck teeth only. Before it was open, you could see like a bunch of his teeth. So I like that. Notice how the headlights there are different there. Like kind of a white versus yellow almost now. Nice, nice, nice. On the sides here, of course, you have tow Mater, towing and salvage Radiator Springs, all drowned out versus the, I don't know, green and blue color scheme before. So a little bit of a difference there. Window colors are different as well. Those are the roofs. Moving toward the back here, you can see a huge difference there in the back towing cable section because this is pretty much like a faded blue and now it's just like tan. And then here on the back, you have this traditional A113 license plate. The caution banner there is in the sepia color tone. And then all the towing cables are just slightly lighter. It's a nice Mater, although it's definitely not one of my favorites. So I just like the clock. I feel like the clock is just a nice additional detail that Mattel really nailed. So that's pretty much it for Mater as well. Before I forget, I do want to show you guys what it looks like when you compare the hoods here on McQueen from Time Travel Mater and the Precision Series one. So inside this one, it's not too detailed, but there is a little bit of coloring. So a little comparison there. And I do want to open up the prototype hood as well. I forgot to do that. Let's check it out, guys. Let's see what is inside this clone. Ooh, looks a little bit different. It seems to open a little bit higher, maybe? I don't know. It looks slightly different, but pretty much the same. So yeah, there you guys go. Let's move on now to the one and the only accessory. We'll get to Stanley in a moment, but I do want to do the accessory first. And so you can see right there, the decal on the back is where all the detail is at. Marvel, Automotive Age, Stanley, Radiators, Caps, Stanley's Radiator Caps. I'm tired, guys, sorry. Real McCox, and then there they all are, all the Radiator Caps. This is the little arm that picks them up and attaches them because McQueen had that happen to him in the short. It like screwed it on and everything. It was a really cool contraption. There's the logo, Stanley's in company, or no, Stanley's Cap-O-Matic. So yeah, it caps it automatically with this arm. All Stanley has to do is just, you know, put his tire on that lever there and it does it. And these are little banners that stick out there. It's a nice like wood crate. Very well done. You can see the texture of the wood and everything. Now let's move on to Stanley himself. I love the expression. It really exemplifies his character from the short. It's very jolly. Whenever I think of Stanley, I think of a jolly old guy. And so obviously a sepia colored, but it seems most likely that if he wasn't sepia, he'd be more of a black color like this. Even though it's his wedding and he'd be dressed in a tuxedo or the equivalent of that for cars, I still think he'd be kind of a black Model T or whatever, something like that. You know, would be back in like the early stages of cars, because obviously this is like 1920s, I do believe 1910s maybe, if he even goes back that early. You can see the headlights right there. There's the radiator cap for him. Big mouth open there. Moving toward the side here, I love his tires. They're thin, but they're tall, and they definitely have a nice feel to them because they're, you know, just kind of like wooden spec tires, these spires there and whatever. You can just take a look at the sides there. This hat here is plastic, unfortunately, and then this back portion is plastic as well. Nice little like textured canopy there of the fabric cover. Here's like a little, I don't know, bed. Sarge has one of these as well on the road trip version. It looks kind of like a sleeping bed or something like that, but I know it's probably just like some sort of blanket maybe. I have no clue. And his license plate reads S101. And very nicely detailed all throughout Stanley. Here's the base. Nice. Oh yeah, Model T, I was right, because they have to credit Model T down there. And here's Mather's base if you are interested. And a little comparison here to the Wedding Day Stanley. Obviously the colors are extremely different. I love the gold trim around, like the nice features there. Expression's a little different. He has white wall tires on, gold rims with the center being gold there. And the main difference is all the cans coming out the back. And the real question is why his license plates are different. You know, this is the one that should be, because like in the movie it looks like this, but I don't know why. Maybe mine's in there. I think I talked about this in my review of the Wedding Day Stanley, and I think someone just brought it up recently to me, but I forgot. Kind of like forgot about the entire situation because this video came out like a year ago. Silent cough, a little less than a year ago. So yeah, that's pretty much it for everyone here in this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, happy birthday, Elijah. Let me know in the comment section below of all the cars from Time Travel Mather that have been released as diecast. Which one is your favorite? We'll bring in Wedding Day Lizzie here as the 5th option. Thanks again for watching. I hope you found this video enjoyable, and I will see you guys next time for another one. Bye now. RC, don't you think it would be a good idea, just maybe, to compare Stanley to the Stanley statue released 11 years ago? Just maybe. Yeah, sorry about this, guys. I did want to compare these two, but I don't know, just slipped my mind. So here we go, just real quick here. The main thing to me is that the diecast here is a lot shorter, and just not as thin. Like the statue's very thin and tall, long, you know, and the die cast is just a little bit more chunkier. But I feel like that's just because they made it for the statue and the stand here, so it's not like completely made to scale, but still pretty cool. You can see, of course, Stanley. I mean, it's pretty accurate there with the like buck teeth, which I'm sure he got after, you know, some years of hard work. You know, he didn't start with them. Stanley, our founder, 1909. So yeah, I was even off with the 1920s and 1910s. It's the like 1900s or whatever they call those. So yeah, pretty similar in all the other features though. I like it. I like it. I like the like rock stand as well. It's pretty nicely detailed. Always nice to see the statue released. I think the most recent release was in 2016, and then the release before that was like, I don't know, it was a long time before that. But anyways, that was all, guys. Sorry about that. See ya!